Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Dreams, Visions, and Appearances show, where we're still missing Terry an awful lot and also the Bookers, but we are persevering. So, hello and welcome to Kelly Healer, who is feeling a lot better than she did the last time we spoke.
Yes.
And I'm sure she's grateful for all the Reiki and love that was sent to her
Thank you.
during that period of time.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Uh-huh. And we have beautiful Diana here as well with her blue hair because she's predating the blue wave. She's just
Yeah.
keeping it.
Yeah,
She's got
that's
blue
it.
waves. See, she's got blue waves. Yeah.
In
So
more ways than one, right?
in more ways than one. So yeah.
I
So
love
thank you
it.
for being with us today.
Beautiful.
Lorraine says, Diana, give us a song.
Oh, which one? Let's see. Hush, hush. I thought I heard her calling my name now. Hush, hush. She broke my heart, but I love her just the same now. Hush, hush. There you go.
There you
Love
go.
it.
Yeah.
Hi,
Perfect.
Annie.
Yeah. So thank you so much. So a lot of these folks showed up for my earlier show today and took a break and came back, and it's wonderful to have you back, including Lorraine, who is bringing us a dream this evening, and we'll get to it real soon.
Right.
And so we have Lorraine and Janet Bora Bora's here, and Froxy Roxy, Leah, Annie Bear, and who else is here? Tea Garden Chicken. Good to see
I
you.
like that.
I know. Valerie S. Hello, dear. CJ is here. And
I think that's a question from Valerie S. Do you see that?
oh no, but I'll check it out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, just a second. I'll go back. Ginny F is here, of course. Wouldn't be a regular dream show without Ginny unless she was traveling, and then she has a reason not to be here. So
Yeah.
Linda Kennedy, Christine Brooks, Barbara Nesper, Diane G, and Jen F. Rush is here, and Fogo Pogo. Hi, Callie. It's nice to see you. Charlie, Sage of Fire, is here, and I got Valerie's. I got her thing there. Deep Purple. Ooh, yeah, Deep Purple.
When
Mary
the
Starshine is here.
deep purple falls over sleepy garden walls. Oh boy, that's off. But you know that song too.
I do. Isn't that Marie Osmond?
Well, yes, but it was sung before that in the
Oh, probably.
40s. In the
Oh, that
1940s.
how true.
My
How
mom
true.
used to sing that
Used
song.
to sing it. Okay,
Mm.
that's awesome. All right, well, welcome everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Hello, Carolyn, Peter, and we're holding space for you here and hoping you're feeling better. Much love to you.
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday I was on my show and I said, I just have to say that I also miss Terry Renner. And everybody's like, oh, withdrawals, because they miss her early morning
Meditation.
meditations. Yeah. So I'm sure. And KK's here. Hi, KK. And everybody's missing the Bookers as well. But everybody's got to take care of themselves. And once they get better, we'll all be together again. So
Yes.
yeah. So it's been a strange day for Diana as well. And a strange day for everybody. With me, I was telling everybody my food from DoorDash ended up on the side of the road in front of some trees. And
Just- that's just wild.
you can't make this stuff up. You can't.
No.
It's crazy. Hi, Jules. It's good to see you. Rossi, it's good to see you. Yeah, some craziness. I wanted to let you know that over the weekend, Deborah Zackow told me what my one of my star seed. Well, I'm actually an earther, so I'm from here to begin with, but I lived on Mintaka, which is in the Orion Belt, which is a planet of water, and where you can see all the way down into the water and the sun comes up from the other side is what I heard. And whales sleep like this. And so we talked about that a couple of weeks ago on here about the whale pods. And I thought, oh my God. And Diana's right. This something must have happened because I don't like fish. You know that. So yeah, very strange. All right, let's see. I got you here, Fogo Pogo. Hi, Norma Velez. I got yours. CJ, got yours. Yeah. Mary Sterling, you're from Mintaka too? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I was right.
I'm going to
Oh,
have to contact her, see what she finds. I know I've got a Beetlejuice connection in there too, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And I don't and I don't mean we're in
I know you don't. I know you don't. It's funny. Yeah. But
although that would be okay too, because I've always
yeah.
liked Michael Keaton.
KK, you've been to Mintaka? Oh my God, that's so funny. I'd never heard of it, and Deborah told me, and I was like, I had for some reason thought I was from Andromeda, but no, I'm from
Diane
the
G
Orion.
too.
Yes, Diane, I know. Isn't that so? We're mermaids. Oh my, maybe that's why I don't like it because I had a fishtail. I don't know.
Oh, we'll have to find out some more because you could have been a Selkie.
I could have been Selkie. That's very true. Yes. Hello, Maruda. It's nice to see you. And Jen F, congratulate. Oh, welcome. Thanks for being a new member. It was wonderful. Dr. Gail said you're a mutt, Rossi. That's okay. Okay. That's all right, Carol. I got it. I saw it. So thank you so much. Yeah. So we did sip and paint. The picture we did was the whale's tail. Okay, Sonia. Isn't that something else? That's where the 3 days of darkness are from a star within Orion dies, and it's going to hit us finally. Well, I think Mintaka was destroyed. Yes. And that's why they all came here. It was the original light workers that came here.
There is also this theory that Beetlejuice is dying, right?
Oh.
And that is what's going to explode. However, there's another theory out there, because if light travels at such and such a speed and Beetlejuice is out there, Beetlejuice already died. The light is just getting to us. And in fact, they said that it died like 27,000 years ago. And the light will just be getting
getting here. Yes, right. That makes sense. Hi, Valdes. So here's what I'm wondering. Do you remember seeing it was a long time ago. I think it was Contact with Jodie Foster or one of those movies. Yes. And they said they had something beaming back to Earth, and what it was Hitler giving one of his speeches in 1936. Because that's how long it took to get here from when it left where it was back. It was, I know it's fictionalized, but it was that when you said that, that's what it felt like, didn't it?
Yeah. Wow. I remember that in the movie. Yeah.
But there's some truth, I think, to all of those movies.
Oh, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. So I have not touched my phone, and 3 times Siri has come on. The light that comes on when you Siri, Google, blah blah blah. I did not touch that, and 3 times Siri came on.
I'll tell you, when I was in California back in 2017, I'm driving my car and it's dead silent in my car, and all of a sudden it wasn't Siri because I don't have Apple, but it was, I guess, Alexa or somebody like that. And they said something to me like, I don't know where you want to go, or something like that. In the dark at night by myself. It scared the crap out of me.
Oh my gosh, that would freak me out.
The Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, what? And this was actually before Alexa did all her stuff, before we had all that, craziness. I know, Rush, it was creepy. Oh, Leah, yes, Hitler was working with the Palladians, but I don't think the Palladians
liked him.
Really were happy. So I've been watching.
They had his number. They
had his number. They did. Hi, Anya. Yep. Your car radio, son, unruly. It does what it wants. Wow. Hi, Linda De Gonzalez. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness.
Super lurker. Yeah.
I've been watching all of these really interesting UFO shows because I'm going to be on tomorrow with Loretta and Amy Earthstar. Loretta has a lot of stuff going on, probably like Dr. Gale, not exactly, but similar. But I've been watching all these wonderful wonderful UFO shows that were just done this year on like Prime. And one of them blew me away because it said that some of the aliens that were here had human DNA genome in them when they were tested. And people said, "Oh, does that mean that they were hybrids?" And they went back and forth with it. And this guy said, "No, what it tells me is that they're time travelers. That these ETs that are here."
Interesting. Do
And
you remember the name of the show?
I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. There's a couple of
Yeah.
them. I think they're like $1.99 a piece to watch or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But they're worth it. But I'm a big. This is my interest is time
Me
travel
too.
more than anything else. Yeah.
Pick me. Don't forget to send it to me too.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I will. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So
Yeah, I'm into
hi,
that
Lori.
stuff too.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, I think so. Because they go through black holes and they just go everywhere. And so it makes sense that they'll be able to do that. So hello, Anya and Lorraine. Yeah, I get it. You think the movie you mentioned was Martian with Matt Damon? It could have been. Yeah.
That was another one.
Yeah.
That's
that
another
was
good
another
one.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, me too.
What-
Lori, I
and
love
that-
it. Yeah.
The one with what's his name? Matthew.
McConaughey.
Yeah, where he's out in space and he keeps talking to his daughter, and his
Yeah.
daughter grows up and she goes out into space looking for him.
Yep. Yep. Wow.
I
Yes,
think-
everybody, you can put your dreams, visions, appearances, everything up if you want. Lorraine, I did see it, and we're going to hit you first. We're going to get right back to you. But if you have anything you want to put up, please do, and we will get to you in order here. But thanks for being here tonight. It's wonderful having all of you, and so let's start with Lorraine. She was in my other show and she said she was coming. So let's read for her. She says, "Can you explain a dream of having a tree branch with yellow flowers growing out of my left ear?"
Oh, well, the emperor's color, yellow. The emperor, forsythia always reminds me of the emperor's robe. And it is the Dalai Lama's 89th birthday. And
I love him.
Okay, where's the deck of cards I'm looking for?
I have to say, Lorraine, too, that the left side is the spiritual side.
Mm-hmm.
And a tree branch. Your spiritual side is branching out? I don't know.
Well, that, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Where's the green cards?
Yes,
Oh,
they're called saffron robes. It's like a saffron color.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have here that a barrier has been broken and you will be able now to receive messages. And you know what's interesting, Lorraine? There's somebody, I believe they told me about a few years ago that has a channel here called My Left Ear.
Yes. She reads runes.
Oh, she does? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she got messages in her left ear. That's what started it. Isn't that right? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And so you might want to give her a go.
Yeah, maybe. How about you, Kel? What do you get from this?
I get that you're getting inspired, and so when I think of the tree branch and the flowers, I instantly go to nature, and so I think inspiration, nature, flowers, but then I also got purpose, and so I'm wondering, have you been on an adventure? Because I also got adventure. I got adventure, inspire, and purpose, and so what I'm getting is that you need to go on an adventure and somewhere outdoors and somewhere that's really grounded. The left ear part, I don't know what that means.
Well, it's also the mother's side.
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
I got a bridge, the place between two worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and the Fisher King Court, otherworldly treasures. I
Oh,
think that this goes along with what you were saying about branching out and coming into more into your spiritual side.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
And that no one could wear yellow except for the emperor in ancient China.
Oh,
And
mhm.
since it's the Dalai Lama's birthday, how long ago did you have this dream?
Oh, did you list it, honey? Nope, she doesn't say when. So if you can tell us, Lorraine, when you had it approximately,
Yeah.
like last week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this was in 2018, a couple of months before my awakening began. Of course,
Oh.
I had no idea what I
Yeah.
was about to go through. Okay, then that's exactly what it was.
and that
So
you're hearing
Yeah.
messages.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Usually, yeah, thank you. I didn't see that before I asked you again. I apologize. But yeah, wow. And KK says that's what she saw, that Lorraine's clairaudience is blossoming, which will bring more knowledge. So
That's the word.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so this book I'm reading that I started to tell some of you about in the last show I was on is called Parallel Universes of Self. And it talks about the idea that one of our parallel universes is our dream state. And that, we can manifest in the dream state, of course, but it also is the great awakener. It lets us know, like it did you, Lorraine, that it was coming.
Mhm.
And there it was. There it came. So yes, Louise Hay says the significance of the body and energy is so. Yes, I love Louise Hay books. You Can Heal Your Life. She'll talk about metaphysical reasons for illnesses and different problems that you're having as well. So wow. So the memory of that dream has stayed with you. Well, you've done your service, and so now you've let others know
Yep.
that maybe when they have their great awakening, if they don't feel they already have, that it will be foretold. It will be, made. You'll be made aware of it. Wow, that's fabulous.
Yeah. It's
We have the
amazing.
yellow moon in surrender, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Mary says, yellow is a burst of happiness, new romantic interest, renewed passion in a hobby, reconnecting with old friends, opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. All of those beautiful things. And that's exactly what your inner world was telling you about. Wow. Yeah. Your eyes are leaking. That's okay, honey. That's what Kleenex are for.
Yeah.
Diana, Lorraine says the crescent is her favorite phase of the moon.
Wow. There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. I've already stuck it back in the deck.
Uh-huh.
But
that's awesome. That's really awesome.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
that-
And
that's
you
where
for
this
sharing.
comes in.
it is. It's such a wonderful share. I think that we think that things that happen to us are so random, and sometimes they are random, but most of the time they're not random. They're
You know,
everything contains something. Yeah.
it is exactly. It's like what happened for me today with the crane coming out of the trees with the 10-foot wingspan, and my new doctor's name is Stork. And I'm already on a healing path from one day with this person. And it's like finally somebody who's not broken in the medical system.
Oh, there you go. And they're very hard to find. Oh
Yep.
my God. Ask me about it. I know. She often gets a tickling in her left ear. This is going to be your ear of
Download.
illumination and download. Yeah. Her mom gets the crane often. She said, wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Well, that brings this full circle then too.
It really does.
It's a symbol
It
for
really
me.
does.
And I mean, there were
Mhm.
so many things wrapped into that symbol of this crane coming out.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I would need another 20 minutes to tell you everything that
No,
happened.
I know. Yeah. But it's so cool. It's just,
Yeah. So if there's
and
time, I will tell the rest of the story.
yeah. One of the things that I think is interesting as well is that sometimes we have weeks where everything is kind of messed up and weird and we don't get it and, and all that. And other times it just flows. And because we are creating our own reality through those things that we are. And sometimes we're blocked and we don't even know we're blocked to it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Wow. All right. I got it, Diane G. Thank you. And hi, Jeff. It's nice to see you. And you did see the moon last night, Lorraine. That's awesome. Vicky, I got yours. And Jules is here. Year of the Ear. There you go.
Oh, I like that.
I like it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow. Thanks, Lorraine. What a beautiful share. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, dear. All right. So we have Valerie S., and she has a dream or a vision, guidance, confirmation from her angels about the future. Oh, you're wondering if we can give you that.
Oh.
We can probably pull some cards, Valerie, but this really is more about what you've seen or experienced on your own. But we'll go ahead and do it. I think that things have been lining up to change for you, actually, in the other readings that I remember doing for you. But let's. I'm going to pull my dream cards, so that's what I'm still going to use, even on this. Okay.
For sure.
Oh, wow. The first card I get for you is you need to heal yourself first. And look, there's that crescent moon again, and it's over the water. And of course, our body is 99% water. So remember that we need to heal ourselves in order to have the stamina and the ability to move forward. And it says, once you can do that, you will receive what it is you're looking for. But it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to move into something new if you're not healed yet and release the old. So that's what I suggest for you. Make sure you do that.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies.
Oh, well, I got the return and revisit.
Ah.
This is the return and revisit.
Wow.
Now, let me add to this because astrologically, on the 15th of next week, when we hit July 15th, 16th, Mercury enters his shadow phase. He's going to go retrograde on August 4th. So pay attention to everything that downloads you get, things that come your way new, things that come your way broken, blah, 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 all of that stuff. Keep track of it. Write a journal. This is for everybody, really. Write a journal because we're going to revisit it. And then you can start to repair it when you go back over it again. Okay, I need this for this in order to fix it, and this for this in order to fix it. Because then once more, he's going to roll over it as he goes direct. When he enters the shadow phase, he'll be at 21 degrees Leo. So that's where he's going to be when he goes back out and goes back direct. So keep track of that business.
Okay. Going to be important. All right. Kel?
Hi, Valerie. I pulled the it's Crystal Skull Wisdom. It's
whoa.
You can see it. And it says divine healing, high vibrational energy. So, and then I pulled the immerse card. So immerse yourself in the divine healing and surround yourself with high vibrational energy. I'm also getting that your chakras may need to be cleared. And then lastly, they just said, don't forget to play.
Oh, there you go.
Eliza, excuse me.
Eliza Bassett. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Her moon is at 21 degrees Leo. Well, it's going to be lit up.
Okay. There you
And it's
go.
going to be lit up 3 times.
Oh, really, Lorraine? It's just a word. Don't let anybody bother you about it. And it's like I have people say to me, she says she's already labeled a witch, and I said, I have people say to me, how you're not psychic. You didn't grow up that way. You weren't that way when you were younger. It's like it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
No big
I
deal.
wear witch proudly.
That's right. You do. There you go.
Send them love.
That's right. So Carol Lamb had an interesting dream last night. There was a fox with pups in the backyard in a den. My dogs were trying to get to them, and I stopped them and built a shelter so they would be safe. Oh,
It's beautiful.
there's something about the difference between the wild and the tamed.
Yes. They're both canines.
Correct.
And the
Yeah.
fox is a symbol of silence and wisdom, craftiness, and the ability to hide yourself. Like you can practice being a fox, go to a party and hide in plain sight. You can like melt into the wall and nobody will see you, yet they walk past you and talk all around you. But when you're practicing at being the fox, right? So that is another way of sheltering. Is there anything in your life going on that you feel you need to shelter yourself from?
Yeah. And there's something about protecting the wild part of us, or the wild, domesticated dogs, but you wanted to protect the wildness as well. But I'm going to let Kelly see what she has to say.
I think, Carol, I think you're a caregiver and an awesome caregiver at that. I'm getting, don't forget to care for yourself too, and nourish yourself. And with the fox and the dogs, I get loyalty. And so I think there's a sense of loyalty that not only that you had for them, the fox and the dogs, but they had for you too.
And the card I had gotten was barrier.
Oh, Annie said she didn't trust her dogs. And I almost want to say that it's definitely Carol's dream and however she felt about the dogs or the fox, but it could have been that she didn't also trust the fox.
Right.
Because it's both sides. It's like, well, I've got to protect both of them. One is wild and one is tamed.
Sure. And you don't know that wild one isn't, well, the wild one is going to attack to protect her kit anyway. And her Chiron is in Aquarius, so she's always
protecting. Yeah. She's the oddball that tries to fit in. Honey, nothing wrong with that. No. I think we all have some of that here. So
we all do, and you fit in here, Carol.
You fit in here perfectly. Yeah, Mary says the ability to bring together those that don't get along with each other and allow them to be in a safe place, even if it's not an agreement.
Right.
Now that's beautiful, Mary.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Yes. And wow. Yep. I love that you did that. You were protecting both of them. You were protecting the dogs and you were protecting the kits and the fox. And and they're saying that you have the patience to do it. A lot of people would say, "Oh, I can't be bothered with this. I've got my own life to deal with." But you had the patience to build this this place for them where they would be safe. And a lot of people won't do that. Yeah, that's why we love having you, Carol. Anya says feminine magic of camouflage, shape-shifting, and invisibility speaks of the need to develop the awakening of those three things. There you go.
Camouflage was the word I was groping for.
Who you were looking for?
So
Okay.
glad somebody
Yeah.
came up with it.
Yeah. Thank you, Anya. That's wonderful. And this is why I love this, because everybody adds a little bit and it brings everything
Yep.
sort of together and gels. So wonderful. Rossi, people fly your freak flag. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am.
Every day.
Yeah. So, not necessarily a question, but had a giant dragonfly appear at my window during my new moon ceremony Friday. It was awe-inspiring. It was the size of her hand.
Oh, you gotta love it.
That's
gotta love it.
wonderful.
Big old saddlebag dragonfly. Yum. Yay.
Yeah. I've got a lot of birds out here. I've seen a dragonfly and it keeps following me around, and I don't usually see one. I've also seen a hummingbird, which I do see now and again, but I see a lot of robins and I'm seeing a lot of squawk. It's like somebody in the backyard doesn't like somebody else in the backyard, and they're fighting over the area. I can hear them out there. And
Right?
yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, come on, you guys, there's enough room for all of us.
The blue jays and the mourning doves, they fight over the food at my house.
Oh, yeah.
I have to laugh, though, because, blue jays get this rap like they're mean, blah, blah, blah. But the mourning doves, no, they kick the blue jays.
They kick ass.
Out.
Yeah, they really do. They do. They do.
They sit on that plate and spread their wings.
Spread their wings out. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I do. And I really don't like them because I don't like the way they mourn, I want to say, get over it.
What hour is it? Is that my owl talking to me, or is that just?
I don't mind the owls; they hoot. But this is like, I remember growing up with mourning doves outside my room.
Yeah,
and I would go every Saturday morning or whatever day I could sleep. It was like, will you shut up? What is wrong? But now, of course, I don't feel that way. I feel like there's always communication going on.
And always room for Jello, right?
Always room for Jello. That's right. That's right. All right. So we have Norma. I woke up with a very young girl shaking me, saying, "Mommy, wake up." I didn't have a girl. I know it was real. Wow, Norma. Wow.
Walk through.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. All right.
I get it could have been her daughter from a past life.
Okay.
And just was, like dimension jumping and wasn't sure of the timeline.
Sure.
Wow. Yeah. Did you see Norma? Did you see her, or you just could feel her and sort of know she was saying "wake up"? I'd be interested to know if you were able to catch a vision of her at all. Yeah.
Oh, the book this is.
Oh, there you go. Yep. There you go.
Yourself coming back to you.
Oh. It could have
parallel
been
universe.
Parallel universe. That's right. That's right. It might be you trying to illuminate the other yous that there are that made different choices. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Wow. Whew. Yeah. Stepping into lots of energy here.
Yeah.
Kelly, what'd you get?
I kind of think that I kind of think that she was your daughter in a past life, and I think she lost you due to an illness, and she was trying to wake you up because she was panicking, and and now she found you again in this lifetime, and was thinking that she had lost you again and was panicked.
Yep. Wow.
She had a white gown on.
That sounds like early 20th century, late 19th century,
1800s.
Yeah. I have a picture of my dad in 1917 or a little older than that. He was like, I don't know, 4 or 5. So it would have been like 1921, and he had on a dress, basically.
Sure.
But it was a nightie. like a
Yeah.
white night.
Everybody wore dresses because you could change
Yeah.
their diapers so much easier.
Sure.
A lot faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God. And
The
it's so funny.
conveniences.
Yeah, you said that soul coming back to me, and now I can hear if I got you like this, and you can hear me like that.
Yes.
That yeah. I watched that Celine Dion, and that
Oh,
was heartbreaking.
it
But
was
beautiful.
heartbreaking. And that
Yeah.
is what my
Uh-huh.
lifelong friend / married, my cousin, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. And she died of that same disease. It's like
Oh my Lord.
ALS for women, you
For
know?
women. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's worth it. It's kind of like one of those things that you don't. It's depressing, but at the same time, it shows the fortitude of this woman and what she's gone through. So it's
and all
amazing.
her life from
All her
being
life.
a little girl, you know,
Yeah.
and 16 kids in her family. And
Oh my God.
that's
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
story of the
Yeah.
great grandmother
That's true.
of all these cousins that married friends that became lifelong friends and
Yeah.
family, you know?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. CJ, you had a dream last week. You were talking to God, and he said he had a mission for me, and asked if that probably wasn't a dream.
Right. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Me too.
Wow, CJ. You don't have to share what the mission was, but did you know what the mission was, or you just accepted that this lifetime was the mission?
He said it would be challenging and didn't explain further, but I said yes.
Oh,
9:37.
Thank you.
I got trust where you're led. Trust where you're led, and then I got forgive.
Oh, Leah, you asking whether Norma Velez was it her as a kid? Is that the question you were asking? Or is it a question that you put up, a different question? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. No. We are all being asked. We are all being asked.
We sure are. I got two. Ooh,
Wow.
I got these go right along. They were stuck together, so you get both of these cards. One is great adventure.
Yeah.
Take a risk, venture forward.
Mm-hmm.
The next card stuck with it is protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels, so nothing to worry about on accepting these missions. I understand. I go on them frequently.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, this is very interesting. They're really happy that you have observed your dreams. Oh, this is so important. I think that's the other reason I want to continue this show for as long as I'm around, because
for sure.
It's so important for us to really allow our dreams to lead us. They don't really pull us astray. We may not get the exact answer right away, but we absolutely will get the answer.
Yep.
And so there's a very it's almost as though God was seeing if you would bring it to the dream show. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you said you'd take it. Now you tell everybody that you agreed to take it. That's kind of what I got out of it. So yeah. Wow.
When I cut the deck, I got commit.
I
got observe too.
You got observe as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just trust where you're being led.
Yep. It does reinforce our ability to trust. That's right, Jules. Leah, you had to go see your roommate in the other room because you saw somebody. Oh, things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. Things are going to happen. You're not going to understand them. Hopefully, you're not afraid of them. Yeah. That you'll know that you're protected. Yeah.
Haven't you noticed that there are more and more shadow people right now
Mm-hmm.
than usual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not unusual for me to catch an orb here and there during the day, but this is full-fledged
Apparitions.
apparitions.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
it's like
Yeah.
I have to look. Was that my glasses, which when I don't
Right.
have any on,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the other night, there was no possible way for this to happen, but a great big shadow went across my office. It's all windows back there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lights. I'm in the middle of the country. There ain't no
Right.
lights around here. There's
Mhm.
nothing out there that would have created that shadow, but it
Mhm.
went across the ceiling of that room, and it's a sloping ceiling. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
We
it felt
certainly
good.
are all elevating in that vibration, so we'll be able to see, hear
Yep.
things, and to also, they don't want to shock us, so
Yeah.
they'll bring it in whatever way they think they can do it for you without you getting worried
Yeah.
and nervous. And yeah,
And isn't it crazy how, we still question it, but yet we're not scared, and we know what it was, but we still, because I even myself, I just saw a person, but they were all in white, walking through the bedroom the other day, and you catch yourself and you're just like, what did I just see?
Yeah.
It's like, you're still
Yeah.
I guess shocked every
it
time.
is.
Right.
Well, even Val Klingenbeck, she came out of her office and into her kitchen a couple of months ago, and she caught herself. She saw herself in the kitchen.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that. I remember
Yes,
when she was
did.
talking about that.
That's wild.
So, is that an alternative Val? Maybe it was, whatever.
Parallel universe.
Parallel
I
universe.
gotta
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, right now, prelude into this, we need to you need to tell us a little bit about that book so everybody catches on to why this is so pertinent. Because Allie's reading a book.
Yeah, this book is called
Surprise!
Parallel Universes of Self. And I've only read about 50 pages, but almost all of it is underlined. And I kind of go crazy when that stuff happens. Then I know I've got the book I need to know. And then I also write it in my journal. But the things that are in here about, there is no one thing that operates independently of what you believe. I mean, just even that sentence is a lot. And there's a big section in here on the dream state, access to another version of yourself, where you are the observer and the witness who's not identified with anything. And the whole thing is just, it's a great book. So it's a book by Kenneth Dodson. I think it was it's almost like one of those print on request or whatever. But this guy to me is a young guy. He was born in 1974, so he's 50 years old this year, which isn't really that young, but not that old either. But it was written in 2006 originally, and I would love to sit down with this guy and talk to him. Oh my God,
You should reach out to him, Allie.
I might be able to, like Annie does, and maybe I could find him and talk to him. But I really do believe that it is what we're dealing with here between our visions and our appearances and our dreams. It is parallel realities.
Yep.
Yeah. And our belief that we are okay, and like you said, no fear.
Well, there's some extra confirmation. Lorraine says that she gets a flash always in her left eye, and that's where the branch was growing from. She tried to clean her glasses and realized she's not wearing them. So I definitely, right?
Yeah.
And the spirit is so alive right now. Just this magical connection. And permission to take a break. The universe has actually put everything in order for us to take a break right now. Because it's going to get sticky again. But
and it's so important we do.
Kind of like how they put us at home during 2020.
Yeah,
get us.
kind of like that.
Yeah. Some of
Mhm.
us took advantage, some of us didn't,
Right.
but most of
Dog
us that took
days don't
advantage are
start
here.
till August, but we got them for you now, July
Yeah.
8th.
There you go. There you go. We're going to start a little earlier. So Sonia asks, can you tell me who turned my lights on a couple of mornings ago? Was it my angels, guides, or loved ones?
Oh, I'd say it was I'd say it was Father Bill if it had happened to me, but I would say that it is it is one of your loved ones.
Yeah, I got the empathy card. So I think somebody is empathizing with you that is a nurturer, could be a mother or a father figure. So, or an aunt or grandmother or something. Yeah. Wow. And it's easy for them to manipulate lights more so than move any objects. Ah, time to reflect.
Reflect, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you know, from the outer limits to the reflection in the pond in front of you, those lights were for a reason, and that's one of the reasons why I think it was family.
Okay. All right. Kelly, did you have something?
Yeah, Sonia, I get it was either a mother or a grandmother checking in on you and just stopping in, just like, hey, I'm here. And but yeah, I get a female, an older woman, mother or grandmother.
Okay. So Leah, remember she got up and went into her roommate and she would like to know who that was she saw. Sorry, Leah. I don't know why I didn't have your question up earlier. So, all right. Do you live in an old house?
Was it a white figure? Because I'm seeing something in a white robe.
So this is an interesting answer. The person or the entity that you saw was kind of like in the area and thought they'd drop by on impulse.
Oh, I love it. Walk through.
That's what I'm getting. It was a walkthrough. It was somebody like, oh, let's check in on Leah. Let's see how she's doing today. You know, didn't really make a plan about it, but Kel,
I get that it was a male. It was a male figure, and I get that he was looking for something, and that he was confused, and kind of like Allie, he was a walkthrough, but he was on a mission. He was looking for something, but I get that it was a male.
Okay. Yeah, so it could be Yolanda Smith says, yeah, you might have seen Beyond the Veil. Yeah. And Lorraine, she lives in a 106-year-old house, and she thinks it's the original owners making a fuss about the electricity. There's an ad right now where there's a guy and he's talking about his fireplace, and the ghost comes in and says, I spent $12.50 for that back in my time, or something like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like, oh, you guys, you're paying way too much money to have this fixed. It's really not a problem. You should have lived when I did. It's kind of like one of those. Wow.
I have to look this card up. I have this card that I've never drawn before, so I have to look it up to see what Imram means.
Oh,
that
I am Ram. I am Ram, Imram. And it says Imram in Irish literally means rowing about. So a walkthrough, right?
A walkthrough. Yeah. Yep. That seems pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Yep. So next time, just say, could you take the other exit, please?
Right. Exactly.
Don't bother me when I'm trying to sleep. Okay. So Mary Starshine had a dream 2 weeks ago. She was on a train with two people dressed in black hooded coats, window shades behind them opaque white. Wow.
Yeah. Were you on your way to Hogwarts?
Right.
No, but Jen F., who's next, had a dream about Harry Potter, and she's never watched any of the movies.
Really?
So it's interesting that you said that, and she's in the next person. But that kind of reminds me of the guy with the scythe. Yeah, isn't it? You know, with the sickle, the scythe. The Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Uh-huh. But the opaque behind them, the window shades, I'm almost like, don't worry, everything that's dark will be illuminated.
Right? Like the past is more transparent than what you're where you sit right now, but don't worry about it. Or the behind them could also be the future because it's outside of the train itself, right?
Yeah, could be. It could be also the different trains of thought, but I also get that there's a barrier between the light and the dark.
Oh my God.
And I
Oh,
I got
no.
too.
All right. I
We
gotta
both
see
got
that
it.
barrier.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And I with the train, I get movement. So I'm getting that you're breaking barriers, Mary. And so, but I'm also getting some vulnerability that, you know, you may have been like in a vulnerable state when you were on the train, but to look at that as a not as a weakness, but a strength, and know that you're breaking barriers, and that, you know, this energy is really moving around you.
Well, it also, you know,
We are fighting a war.
I got this matrix feeling going on with it, though it doesn't reflect anything that goes on in any of the movies, except for maybe one of the visits to the Oracle's apartment. However, the card I got was observe. We have 2 opaque windows, right? And we have a cradle, and you know, what else is that?
Yeah.
But we are in a battle for the soul of America. We keep hearing over and over and over again.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. So we are fighting a war in a way. Yes.
And my shadow people sometimes feels like, okay, that was George. Like when I saw that one on the ceiling, I really felt it was George Washington coming.
Yeah. Well, you get him a lot.
Yeah. Although he didn't.
And Mary Thornberry.
He didn't stay and linger and give me a conversation. It felt more like he was checking up, make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maruda says, I want to mention when someone says something hurtful, it creates an energetic cord. Visualize yourself using a spiritual knife to whittle it down. Thank you. That's wonderful. Yes.
Oh, Tea Time.
And Tea Time Revolution, you were talking about the Matrix as well. That's awesome. Wow. Thank you. Okay, so this is what Jen had said about the Harry Potter dream. She said in another post that she's never watched these movies. So she was taking a class. She was learning to fly. I passed by 3 mean girls, and I said she was the seer. The other 2 said other gifts. I said, me too, then walked off.
I get that your gifts are soaring high. The whole flying thing, that's where your gifts are. They're in flight. They're increasing, and you were able to acknowledge, you know, without even knowing them, you knew that one was a seer and the other 2 had gifts, and I think that's kind of a reflection of your gifts, that, I mean, you were able to see theirs, and that they're increasing.
Well, immediately Tom Petty started singing in my head, learning to fly,
right?
Got wings. And the card I've got here is passion on the cut for the deck. We got passion. We also have an empty swing, right? So you've jumped off the swing and you're out there flying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that what we always wanted to do when we were up at the very height of?
Yes.
We wanted to jump off and fly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the card that was at the bottom of the deck was intuition, with the yin and yang of things. So here
Uh-huh.
you are with three mean girls and
Mhm.
some nice girls. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I
Well,
said me too, like I had all three, and I woke up saying, "I'm Harry Potter" to my kids. That's cute, Jen.
I love it. I love that.
There you go. There you go. Um, Fogo says, in my mind, there's an indifference to the gifts in the sense of saying we're all gifted, all equal, and that mean girl has nothing special that she's trying to use to set herself apart. And I love that. Yes,
Yep.
we all have that. And you're like, you can be mean, but I'm not mean, and I have them too. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Exactly.
it's like many times it's someone's impulse to, well, you know, I have more than you do. You know, I have new shoes or whatever it is, you know, or whatever it is that, you know, you have that they don't have. Wow. Wow. So Lorraine says, I never went looking for this community. One day I was on YouTube to look up a song and someone in the community was on my screen and I don't know why I even clicked it. That happens to a lot of us. I only came to YouTube because my friend had told me to watch something. And I only listened to music here when I first started. So I get it totally. But yep.
Right. Yeah.
We fished you in. We fished you in. Yeah.
It was you actually, Allie, who pulled me in.
If you build it, they will come.
That's
right.
right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, wow. All right. So we have a few more here. We have Diane, Vicky, Mrs. Brown, Jen F, Yolanda, Arlene, and T-Lyn. So let's get on it. Let's get on it. Diane G had a dream where she was running away from a facility with my brother, but not my brother in this lifetime. We scaled a wall and we were running away from guards. Is this symbolic or from another dimension? Well,
okay, right off the bat, I am getting that you were revisiting
a lifetime. Yeah.
A lifetime, and it's, you know, Auschwitz.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I've had that dream.
You've had that dream. You were in Auschwitz, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, it sounds like you had, even though you were running away from the guards, it sounds like you got the less of the worst thing you could have seen. Let's put it that way. Right? Yeah. Oh, they're telling you to make sure that you know that you are now nourished in this lifetime. They're wanting you to remember that. You didn't have the food in that lifetime. You didn't have the ability for love and family, and they're wanting you to remember that. Yeah.
I got record. And so I think, you know, this is on the record as far as being, you know, from another lifetime, and you were just reliving it.
Yeah. It sounds like it. Your brother couldn't scale the wall, Diane. Okay. Go ahead, Diane.
Now you could reframe it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That just brings together the two cards
It does.
that you got.
It does.
Well.
Yeah. You got the
I
chance
love this
to.
deck.
I know.
I do too.
You got the chance to see it from a different perspective is what you did. Even though your brother didn't make the wall, but you did try. You were the only one who got to the other side. Oh, Anya, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'll look for it. I'll look for it, honey. All right. I'll let you work on Vicky's. I'll go back and see if I can find Anya's question.
Okay.
Right.
She says, I had a dream a few years ago of my brother, whom I'm estranged from, and he stood in my doorway and half smiled, then gave me a disgusted look and walked away. I'm the oldest of 5. He's the second boy.
Well, Anya, put it back up, honey, because I can't find it. My apologies to you.
I'm getting I'm getting that you know how to go with the flow, right? He still hasn't figured it out.
No.
And that half smile is like, you know, you got something, I ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You are being reminded, Vicki. Oh God, I did this. My brother and I didn't talk for 14 years. I understand how you feel. It's not a good feeling, but look what it wants you to have. Closure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't it also have that feeling like he really wants to bridge this gap, but he doesn't
It
know?
could be, or he could be like, I didn't do it, you did it. I'm going to push the blame
because
on
of
you.
course
Yeah.
that's how he's going to present it.
Yeah. Yep.
The first card I got was perspective, and it says, really none of this matters, to zoom out beyond it and see if you can come to a common ground, but that's not always the case. And then the last card I got is relax, that really truly none of it, you know, like it says, none of it matters. But we're still entitled to our feelings, and
we are,
you know, and so you know, just to be able to look, like it said, zoom out beyond it.
Yeah, it might be that he has not given it closure, and that's why you dreamt it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Lorraine says when her brother passed, we were estranged, and she had a dream of him saying to her, 68,000. I don't know what that means. I cry about it at times. Tea Time says your brother traveled 68,000 miles to let you know he was okay. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Some things we just don't know the answers to, I guess, but we have to let it go. It's not easy though. I think we hold on to it, and then we get to the other side and we're like, everything's fine. Everything's okay. We're not estranged over here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's hard.
Mrs. Brown, I saw my mother-in-law and her parents, and we communicated without opening our mouths. As a thank you, I cooked them a meal. Did you have a really close relationship with them? Were you able to understand, each other's thoughts or each other's feelings? Sometimes you don't have to say any words, physical words from your mouth. It can be communicated non-verbally. And I just wonder if that, yeah.
Okay. 68,000 Motorola 68,000 is a 16/32 bit complex instruction set for a computer. Microcompressor introduced in 1979 by Motorola Semiconductors.
Wow.
So when did your estrangement come about, and when did he pass? And, you know, all of those things, see if there's some sort of a connection to the year or to 16/32 or any of that. You can Google it. That's how I came up with it. I just said, what is 68,000 in reference to?
Yeah.
But you could just Google Motorola 68,000 and see what you can deep dive on.
Yeah. Anything on the mother-in-law and not talking with the mouth, but communicating?
I got reflect. That maybe that you were reflecting, and sometimes we do it consciously and unconsciously, you know, reflecting about, you know, parents and in-laws and whatnot. And I get that's why they came to you in this dream was a reflection, or it was reflect.
And Mrs. Brown, I don't know if you're still here, but did you have that kind of a relationship, or do you, with your in-laws, where you feel, you know, sometimes we have a really close relationship and sometimes we don't. In-laws, typically we only hear the bad things about in-laws, unfortunately, but there are good things too. So, wow.
Well, and you got reflect. I got
Uh-huh.
remember.
Remember.
Oh,
And then I had to look at the next card, and it says forgive.
Oh, forgive. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go on to Yolanda Smith. Are you still here? She recently had a dream where I saw a grave that read Pop's Relic. I've been disturbed by this. My name is Anne. Any insight you can provide? Pop's.
Well, relics are in all altars in Catholic churches and the Anglican churches,
Uh-huh.
and it's a representation of sainthood and um, uh, ability to create miracles, magic, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I would also think that this is you're coming into some gifts of your own.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I get. I get here. She needs to immerse herself
There you go.
in the magic. In the
Yep.
magic. That's
and I
what
got
it is.
awakened. So, you know,
Oh, awesome.
you know how sometimes we think, you know, we see a grave and we think death, where it's the completely opposite. You're actually awakening.
And
Uh-huh.
and in that you're going to find the release.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
That's the card I got on that.
All right. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
Feedback, Mrs. Brown says they were super close and she warned me about people being against us. Okay. So you had that communication with them, and that isn't always possible, Mrs. Brown.
Right.
So there you go.
And the
Yeah.
people that were being against you, those are the ones
Mhm.
she wants you to forgive.
Yep. You just understood her. Well, you didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
See?
That's awesome.
You understood each other. Wow. Thank you for the feedback. All right. So Arlene Forney was awoken at 5:55 in the morning. Someone hit me to wake me up. Who was that? 5:55.
That's definitely an angel number. And
Yeah.
3 5s make a 15, reduces to 6.
Somebody wants to reconnect with you, Arlene,
Mm-hmm.
and they're probably on the other side. So it's mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, friend. Wow. Somebody from your roots, it says, because there's roots on this card. So I'm thinking it's somebody that's family.
Oh, well, on the bottom of the deck, I had reconnect.
Okay. There you
But
go.
the card I drew from the top of the deck was approve. You need to wake up. They approve of you, but you need to wake up.
Uh-huh.
And
wow. So just now I was reading on the meaning of 555 and I heard a loud noise in the hallway. They're just wanting you to know that they're all around you, Arlene. Yeah. Kelly?
Yeah, I get that it was your angels and your guides, and it was a female angel or guide, and I'm getting that they're just wanting you to know that change is coming, change in a positive way, and so you got a 555, so there could be some major changes coming in.
Yeah.
I know. Linda says that's rude, hitting you for attention. That's right.
I'm now making noises just to get your attention.
Yeah. And I did pull a card and got request.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
Request.
Okay. We have T-Lyn, is my father's recent intense spiritual visit tied to acceleration in my experiences. I haven't experienced anything ET related yet. If you're getting your dad coming in and doing some work with you, I would say that's absolute acceleration because you're remembering it, T-Lyn.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you may or may not remember the ET thing, or it may not be like your top priority, is what I want to say. It's more, you know, a connection with the ancestors, so with the ancients. Wow.
And where where did those ancestors come from?
Mm-hmm.
We're
Mhm.
all star seeds, right? We
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
carbon.
Yep.
Patience.
Patience.
You will have your encounter with an ET. Be patient.
You are finding your purpose, T. Lynn. There's nothing better than that. So they want you to dive right in and look at this. It's a clock face in
Ah,
a pool.
Salvador Dali's
It's Salvatore
attention.
Dali. That's right. Mhm.
Melting
Kel?
clocks.
I pulled create, and so if I what I'm picking up on the create card is that if you really want to have ET experiences, to put that out there to the universe and let them know, and so you can create those experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
Oh, you're
love
burning
this.
sage, Arlene. Okay. Tea time. Your daughter saw the little grays in a spaceship. That's awesome. That's awesome. You haven't yet. Okay. Everybody's got a different, trajectory of and different gifts that are being shown. Anya says she wonders where she travels to at night.
Well, how do you feel when you wake up? Are you
Are you,
exhausted?
yeah, you tired?
Mm-hmm. Do you feel rejuvenated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us know, Anya. Okay, Linda. Take care, sweetheart. Love you.
On that 555, it's the angel number that symbolizes growth and transformation. So
Mm-hmm.
change is coming your way.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I would oh, you asked for a message while meditating today, Arlene. Well, no wonder why you got it. Well, see, they're very true to you. They're true to your beliefs. There you go.
Yep.
So Anya, if you're here, honey, are you tired in the morning? Do you feel refreshed? How are you feeling when you wake up? Because most of the time, if we're out darting around astral traveling, depending on how far we go, we could feel very tired in the morning if we're working in our sleep. And I know there are some people that travel to different places, spaceships, things like that. So, hi, J Cat Lady.
Or spaceships, and then you parachute out into Ukraine. So.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Kelly, did you have anything?
Yeah, I get that she's doing energy clearing while she's sleeping, and that the healing and the energy clearing that she's doing is bringing her closure. So I'm getting that there's maybe some days that you wake up completely exhausted, and then there's other days that you may wake up feeling like really refreshed from depending on if you had a bunch of clearing that happened, you're going to wake up feeling energized.
True.
But when you're working on the healing and getting closure, you could very well be waking up drained.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, it's some healing going on. And I got awakened. So yeah.
So that's where
things.
you're going.
Yep. Yep.
You're
working on yourself. You're working on yourself. And you're working on your creative self as well.
Yeah.
And Anya, if you're here, when you open your eyes, look at the ceiling. What do you see? Just saying. Look at the ceiling. What do you see?
Ceiling. What do you see? Jules, I think it's wonderful that you had a vision of a new guide kneeling before you. Oh, everybody's just getting these wonderful things going on. Thank you for sharing that. That is so awesome. We have Pat McGee from Portland, I believe. This morning, a friend who passed 40 years ago decided to let me see him, speak with him, and hug him. We both engaged love for each other. Then I awoke knowing that it was a soul visit.
That's awesome.
It was.
Oh, amazing. Awesome. How beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a gift, boy. That is truly a gift.
Right? Immerse yourself in that moment for sure.
So here's what Anya said. She saw a silver ring around the chandelier when she woke up. A silver. That's her cord. Her
That's
cord.
your cord. That's your
Yeah.
cord keeping you safe, bringing you back home, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I guess it's the portal that she's going out.
It's going through the chandelier. And you know, we're all tethered by our belly buttons, basically, with the silver cord when we astral travel. So
Yeah.
you came back through, and it's like it got stuck up there in the
yep.
in the chandelier.
Was the fan
Wow.
going?
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. This has been quite the day. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Anyway, we have been here for an hour and almost 20 minutes. And so so many wonderful sharing, so many of us awakening, so many of us moving into the new energies that are presenting themselves to us. And whether or not something appears more extraordinary for somebody else than it does for yourself, you're fine. I just want you to know you're fine. Spirit gives you what you're ready to receive, and keep looking for those dreams, for those images, for those messages, for those parallel universes of self, because we live there 6 to 8 hours a day, and we live here the rest of the time. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Laurie is saying that it's interesting that I mentioned Ukraine. She keeps seeing us in spirit, visiting people to comfort them, always see cots and other items there. Happened many times during sleep a few weeks ago. Lorraine, that sounds like half my dreams. And I go there and rescue those who have been taken into captivity and trafficked people, children.
Did you see Vicky's comment that gives a whole new meaning to swinging from the chandelier?
To say the least.
And you know, oh, what a
swing.
feeling when you're dancing on the ceiling.
Right.
Oh my God.
Learning to fly.
Oh.
God wings.
Oh, Tom Petty.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, good,
Thank
Arlene.
you.
I'm glad you told us about that. And you had your own realization that, yes, you asked for this and now you got it. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid of it. It's okay.
No,
Yeah.
don't be afraid.
It's your turn. It's your turn. Wow.
Such
Much
a
love
good
to
night.
everybody. Have beautiful
Yes.
dreams. Yes. And next week, hopefully we'll have the Bookers back and maybe Terry coming back soon as well. So thanks for being with us. And much love to everybody.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sweet, sweet dreams.